In closing, governance and digital maturity. I'm not going to harp on too long with regard to governance. It is something that basically is key, is critical. I mentioned it earlier at the beginning of our presentation, but we use 4 distinct pillars in order to basically assess where you're at from a governance standpoint. What are the attitudes for support and development and process improvement within the organization? What's the technical environment look like? Those 3 things basically are the supporting building blocks for a solid governance model. One of our engagements is basically in order to assess what your maturity level is so that we can meet you at the right place. Whether that maturity level is, at a 1, where basically all of your processes are quite ad hoc and, they're different every time they're executed, or whether the organization is process aware and you've got some, high level process documentation. The organizations recognize the need for quality output and are using process definitions to specify what tasks, what roles are looking at accomplishing a particular activity, whether that's executed by an application, a person, or even a committee. And then finally into your intra and your inter-process processes, which are basically highlighted. Most organizations are at a 3 in our experience. They can quickly gain our additional capabilities and move to that level 4. So in this age of automation, oh, sorry, 1 sec. I just want to go back. I just want to highlight one thing. In this age of automation, governance and maturity are basically the compass that guides us. These are the keys to unlocking full potential of what our processes are and facilitating process automation, process capability, data access. So what I would say is let us embrace these concepts and embark on a transformative journey together to ensure that the future of process automation is bright with the possibilities and capabilities across this ecosystem. I just want to highlight again our approach. Our maturity assessments basically provide that idea for identifying the priorities for the business activities that matter to you. Now, I've spoken about a lot of different things, but I just want to highlight that the ability to focus on the overall M365 strategy, that entire ecosystem, doesn't mean that you're going to be entrenched in longer projects. There is a way we want to identify quick wins with the capability of this product suite. Those typical quick wins could be the improvement of compliance, process efficiency, product quality, and ways to enhance your value, your customer experiences, your user experiences as well. So just in closing, we want to assess our digital maturity levels. As mentioned, most organizations are at this 3rd level where strategies have been developed from pilot and are looking to get to this integrated state. But if you cast your mind back to that ecosystem, our common data model and the foundational pillars is where most people are struggling when looking to move to these integrated digital artifacts. Now our showcase, as you can see, this is Viva Engage. I'm just going to move through this quickly. We've got the idea of discussions. Questions is something that's really interested to me. Now, why are questions so intriguing is because you can basically use Viva Engage as a way to have definitive answers to questions around things. These can become basically the knowledge center for a definitive answer from leadership around particular processes and activities that people conduct. And what I'd like to just highlight is this concept of storylines. Again, a storyline is a way for you to get your thoughts and experiences from your organization out there, but also, and I can't stress this enough, enables those human to human interactions and capabilities. When we look at Viva Engage and something called topics, which are essentially hashtags, hashtags provide the ability for you to have a folksonomy within the organization that can then be tied to a taxonomy, which is your formal governance in the background. The folksonomy is the typical tribal language that is being used within the organization. Now, whenever posting to Viva Engage, activities are counted. So if somebody's posted within a particular community or has posted a storyline, you are still going to get those activity notifications because, again, that tight integration across the platform. In short, don't forget about change management. Change management is basically ensuring that you're ready to adopt, and you have the ability to adopt. You want to look at the people that are going to be impacted by that change. When we look at the types of change that are typically occurred, when we're executing these types of projects, it's typically organizational change management that is occurring, where we're looking at basically planning and implementing the adjustment to specific processes and principles for managing things on the people side. As mentioned, whether that's software upgrades, restructures, the utilization of new business models, we may broach into what I'll call project change management as well, where we're basically extending capabilities for a particular core team.